Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Nothing to See Here podcast. Hi, it's Frankie.
It's Hannah.
Hey, Frankie.
Yes. Hello. Hi.
How are your feet?
I forgot about it until earlier today, and I was like, do I have to soak my feet again today?
Yeah. Well, no.
I do? No. Okay.
Well, you just have to shower. That's what I do, and it's worked for me.
Well, I haven't showered yet. I
Well-
do it before I go to bed on Sundays, so.
Okay. Well, as long as you shower each day, you'll be fine.
Okay.
And I imagine you shower daily because you've told me you showered daily.
I do. I don't like to be
And it's-
stinky.
Yeah, and it's gross if you don't.
I
I'm
don't
not
wash
saying
my
you have to
hair
wash your hair.
daily.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
you should. Some people
You
shouldn't,
should.
and I'm one of those
Yeah.
people.
I'm also one of those people. My hair ends up like it needs that natural oil in it, you know?
But you should shower every day so you're not smelly. God, don't be smelly.
Did we explain
Clean
what I made
yourself.
Frankie do?
No. You should explain it. Otherwise, we're just weirdly talking about my feet and my showering habits.
Yeah, I'm kind of uncomfortable.
You should be. I made Frankie do a foot peel.
I assumed as much.
I did a foot peel, and she bought a foot peel for men, and I have small feet, so it was huge on me.
It was really huge on him. I like how. So
It was a whole plot. It was a plot, Hannah. I was hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok. It was a disgusting plot that occurred.
I asked Frankie because he comes over. We were watching a K-drama, Strong Woman Bong Soon, and I said, Frankie, do I want to do a foot peel? And he immediately said yes. So I walked into my room and I grabbed myself a foot peel while also grabbing the men's foot peel that I got the last time that I picked up foot peels. And I threw it down onto Frankie.
And I knew immediately that it was a plot.
Should have said no. Should have gone home.
He didn't think about it.
I didn't think she had bought a foot, and I knew it was a plot because it said foot peel for men.
Mm-hmm.
What is the difference in a foot peel between
It's
men
just
and
bigger.
women?
It's just
It's
bigger.
bigger. It's bigger, and his smelled like aloe, and mine smelled like strawberries.
Which was like, I would like a strawberry scent. Why are men afraid of fruit scents?
Well, now that I know that you have small feet, I'll just give you a woman's one.
Yeah, I like strawberries. They smell good.
Yeah.
Can I tell you guys something?
What?
Yeah?
You don't like the smell of strawberries?
No, I love the smell of strawberries. I love berry scents. This episode is our podcast second birthday episode, and y'all started it by talking about feet.
That's gross. That is disgusting. And I didn't know that. Hey.
I think I'm the only one who knew that because I'm the only one who has the dates this far in advance.
And you didn't like let me know.
No,
Sometimes you'll let us know.
Yeah, we were not informed. So I'm not. This is not my fault.
In the essence of it being our second birthday episode, let me cop to a mistake that was made by me.
Oh, what happened?
Well, for the show, it was a mistake for the show.
Oh.
We are doing tonight for our second birthday. We're doing a Scooby-Doo movie. It's Scooby-Doo and the Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah.
This should not be the movie we're doing.
What should be the movie that we're doing?
It should be, which would also be way more fitting for us as a second birthday.
Number 2.
It should be Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed.
But you fucked it up.
It came out before, but I knew that this was the next animated one, and I couldn't remember off the top of my head if it was this one or that one that came out first. So I just took a swing because I remembered this one was upcoming because I had lost the list and hadn't been able to put it back together until this weekend.
Shame.
Frankie, you should have done research. I always check my Disney list.
I know. I should have done it better. I should have. I didn't. That's why I gotta admit my mistakes. I'm not gonna hide from it.
I think this is it, guys. I think we're done.
Shame
After 2
Frankie
years.
in the comments.
I think.
Well, we do have a new comment. We do have a new comment.
We have a new
Where?
comment on Spotify and YouTube.
I don't know
Where?
about the YouTube comment, so you can share the YouTube comment. We have the
I don't
Spotify.
have it up.
Oh, you don't have it up. Well,
Hold on.
tell me.
You can ask the commenter because they live with you.
It was. Oh, was it Jen?
Yes.
Oh, when you said they live with you, I thought you were talking to Amanda, and I was like, Amanda, did the peanut gallery leave another comment supporting herself?
I have no idea.
She didn't.
No,
apparently, it was
no,
my girlfriend.
no, it was Jen.
I was not informed of this.
I didn't know Jen left a comment. I knew she had been listening to episodes she hasn't been listening to, but I didn't know she left a comment. We have a comment on Spotify from our friend, the Detective and Friends. So shout out to the Detective and Friends. They're defending Hannah. Is this from the episode where we talked about the hate comments that Hannah got?
Yeah, I did.
And
Erica did text me immediately after she listened to it and was like, "Who the fuck was mean to Hannah?"
And it said Hannah will never be silenced.
That's a threat from the Detective and Friends.
What episode has the comment, Hannah? Do you remember?
From Jen?
Yeah.
It is episode 69.
Hold on. There is a
Of course it is. Jesus Christ.
There is an episode on our Peter Pan, or a comment on our Peter Pan episode.
There was, yes.
This person says, "I love Peter Pan. I cosplay and act as Peter Pan. I actually love the Skull Rock scene when Peter imitates Hook's voice. I would love to show you my voice acting. We would love to hear it."
Yeah, send us an email.
Yeah, send us an email. We would love to hear it.
Some of that. Okay, so Jen.
No, I want to read it because it's my
Jesus
episode.
Christ. Yeah,
it's
it
my
is. God.
episode.
Why would she add that? Why would she expose this to the world? This is disgusting.
Go ask her right now. Bring her in.
I'm not bringing her in because that would involve bringing Bandit in, and you know what happened the last time Bandit was here this evening.
Davy Jones, specifically from Pirates of the Caribbean, and the Emperor from Baldur's Gate 3 are my personal add-ons to this list. Ask Frankie, he knows. Jen, mad respect. I completely understand Davy Jones. The Emperor.
Do you know what the Emperor looks like?
Yeah, I would listen. I've played Baldur's Gate 3. I would listen to your hear me out on this. I have to say here why. What are the benefits of this guy? One that I did see online was Captain Gontu from the Lilo and Stitch series.
Who's doing that?
You know what?
Who's doing that? It's Davy Jones and the Emperor don't even fit the parameters of the PowerPoint. Disgusting. First of all, not following the rules, that's disgusting. Always follow the rules.
This is your girlfriend, Frankie.
I know, you gotta follow the rules. You gotta follow the rules.
You can't be talking shit about your girlfriend.
I can. I can't talk shit about my girlfriend. Who can I talk shit about?
She is not in the room.
Yeah, she has to be here to defend herself.
We were just we were just talking about people who don't follow the rules. Not just like any rules. I honestly don't care about this, but how annoyed I get by a specific group of people, which was today I went to visit my parents and I brought like lunch with me because I was going over there for a bit of time, and I brought over some mac and cheese, but it wasn't a lot of mac and cheese. So I went to the grocery store to get something like some chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggies.
Because they sell the like the frozen, or not the they sell frozen chicken nuggets, but they sell like the boneless wings. So I got adult chicken nuggets.
Nuggies.
He didn't get Dino Nuggies. Kind of disappointed.
No, I should have, but I got them, and I got something to drink, and I went to at my Giant Eagle. They have the self checkout, but only express lanes for the self checkout, 12 items or less. And there are so many people in those self checkouts who have like way more than 12 items. You gotta. We live. Listen, there are some rules we just got to abide by. All right.
We live in a society.
We live in a society. You can't just be bringing fucking 20 items to the 12 items or less line. If you got 13, fine, whatever. But these people had so many items. And like they were building up a line because they had so many items. It was upsetting.
Oof.
And you gotta follow rules.
You have
Otherwise
to, yeah,
otherwise what happens? We just devolve.
into chaos.
Yeah.
Bark, bark.
See, I'm getting support from I don't know if it's Truffles or Waffles, but one of
That
them is
sounded-
supporting me.
That sounded like Truffles.
That was Truffles.
Thank you,
I know
Truffles.
Hannah's dogs.
I don't know why she's barking.
She's supporting me.
Okay. She would like a
She
chicken nugget.
also believes in a well-structured society, and she will get rewarded with a chicken nugget for believing in a well-structured society.
Hold on, I have to get some input here for a minute. And since it is our, second anniversary, I feel like this is only fitting. Hey, Peanut Gallery, I want you now.
We're waiting on the peanut gallery to enter the
Yeah.
chat.
Yeah, she is waiting. Sorry, she has to wobble. Cut this part out.
Yeah, we're just gonna sit here in silence and leave it in. That was the plan.
I want your feedback on why we should live in a society of rules. Are rules meant to be broken?
Not all rules. Some rules have to
They're
be
not broken.
followed.
Rules are meant to be bent, not completely broken. If you had no rules, there'd be chaos. However, if you don't bend the rules, change can't happen.
Words of
What do you think?
wisdom from the Peanut
Yeah.
Gallery.
Yeah, she's wise beyond her years. Thank you, Grandmother Willow.
All right, Jesus Christ!
Wow.
Thank you, Grandmother Willow. What the fuck?
Grandmother
All
Willow
right,
gives
well-
good advice. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I know, but why are we calling your mom Grandmother Willow? She's not that old. Grandmother Willow's like ancient.
She laughed at it, so I'm gonna take it as a win.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, then you should take it as a win. If it was
Yeah.
laughed at, take it as a win.
Thank you. I will.
Okay, well, for our second anniversary, we are talking about Scooby Doo, which I think is fitting, to be fair. Even if it's not
It
a
is.
second movie, it's fitting.
Well, I think we should talk about, what is our favorite episode in this year that's released this year.
The favorite episode from this year? I don't
past
remember
years.
what's.
25.
Oh, I don't remember what we released. I enjoyed personally, and as of recording, this hasn't released yet, but it will have released. Oh no, it has released. It has released. What am I fucking talking about? I'm so dumb. I'm so fucking stupid.
I'm so dumb.
I really enjoyed the Halloween Havoc episode because you lost your mind at that.
Me?
You and Hannah lost your mind at the Yeti.
Yeah, the Yeti.
True.
The existence of the Yeti.
I don't know if I have a favorite episode. I love that I coined the term shoop.
That's a good
Mhm.
one.
I also have been enjoying the Barbie series, even though only like 3 episodes have been published thus far.
Will that one be out?
Yes.
It's already out. Listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
Will that one be out?
I don't know.
Yes.
Yes, it would be. The Swan Lake one, yes, it will be out.
It is out.
It is out.
Yeah, it's out as we're recording, but it's not. Sorry, it's out when this recording goes live, but not out. as
What's
of
your
right now.
favorite then, Amanda?
So, my favorite one that I have done, I mean, I love making you guys lose your minds at some of these live action ones. Honestly, Robin Hood was much better than I thought. I really did enjoy the piggyback fight. But my favorite episode is actually the Bat Boy episode. Frankie, you were really sassy that day, and it shows.
I did enjoy the Bad Boy episode too. Yeah.
The Bat Boy episode was probably one of my favorites.
I like that one a lot because I had never at all heard about the Bat
Boy.
Boy.
Yeah.
I had never heard about Bat Boy in my life.
Everything that came out of my mouth was unhinged.
Mhm. Yeah, and that's what.
And it wasn't because I am unhinged. It's because the story is unhinged.
Yeah, and it had nothing to do
Well,
with
it could
having
be
a microwave either.
it could be some of both. It could be some of both. It was an unhinged story, and you're a little unhinged.
I mean, aren't we all?
We all are. I appreciate that about us.
I Frankie said I was unhinged. What was it, last night too? So, and I had a glass of wine. So being unhinged is a good thing, guys. Always be unhinged.
All right. So let's go to Scooby Doo. Let's do this. Let's talk about a Scooby Doo movie where they got the cryptid correct.
Thank God.
Wow.
They said we're doing a Loch Ness monster movie. Here's the Loch Ness monster, and it looks like the Loch Ness monster.
It did look like that, yeah.
Oh, we do have special guest star. I brought my Nessie plushie over for the day.
Oh, we got a special guest star. The Nessie plushie is here.
Yes.
So this is Scooby Doo and the Loch Ness Monster, released June 22nd, 2004, after Scooby Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed, which you can hear about next month.
Mm-hmm.
We no longer have the original 1969 voice cast. Last time we saw them, the last movie, Monster Mexico, was the last time for them. So instead, we have the first movie for Mindy Cohn, as we have the What's New Scooby Doo voice cast and designs
Good.
for all the characters.
We're so happy
Mindy,
about that.
Yeah, Mindy Cohn is in as Velma Dinkley for her first movie, and we have the return to the movies since her last appearance in Cyber Chase, Gray DeLisle as Daphne Blake. She is also Shannon Blake, Daphne's Scottish cousin in the movie. Also in the cast, we have Frank Welker as Scooby-Doo, Fred Jones, and Lachlan Haggart. Casey Kasem as Shaggy. Michael Bell, who we might know as Chaz Finster and Drew Pickles from the Rugrats.
I do.
As Duncan McGubbin and McIntyre. Jeff Bennett returns as Del Chilman and Sir Ian Loxley. Very famous voice actor. He's well known as Bender and Jake the Dog, but he's done a million things. John DiMaggio makes his Scooby-Doo debut
We love
as
him.
Colin. He's Colin Haggart, one of the brothers. Phil Lamar returns to Scooby-Doo as Angus Haggart. And Scottish singer Sheena Easton is Professor Fiona Pembroke.
Love Sheena Easton. Anybody's like, why does that name sound familiar? She sang a great song in Fern Gully. She's a good singer.
Had to bring up the fact that she is Scottish. Sheena Easton is a Scottish singer. I only have one review from tonight. It's a 1-star review from IMDb. The total score on IMDb is a 6.6 out of 10. This 1 out of 10 review was left on December 23rd, 2018. So just for the Christmas season, you know? They were watching some Scooby-Doo. By Jock Snide. And they wrote, "Stop trying to act Scottish. Terrible Scottish accents. Music and accents were more Irish. Salamanders don't live in Scotland. There were more errors that could have been avoided had the writers actually educated themselves about Scotland." Were there salamanders in this movie?
Yeah, there was one salamander that scared Scooby and Shaggy.
Yes.
Okay. I must have missed that scene.
We'll talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that's all I have. There's not a lot about these direct-to-video movies of the era. So, Hannah, take it away. Lead us through the Loch Ness.
I'll lead you through Loch Ness. We open today's film underwater. We're in Loch Ness, and our credits are not in Comic Sans.
Yeah, the credits were actually decent.
Yeah, we have
Hannah!
on-theme animated credits. This film has a budget.
To be fair, the animation for the credits was not terribly great. but at least it wasn't in Comic Sans.
Mm-hmm.
So the camera, we breach the surface and we see a party boat advertising the Highland Games. There's a bunch of people dancing to a fiddle, and we see a woman looking out over the loch. This is Shannon. She's Daphne's cousin, and we know this because she is also wearing purple and green, and she has red hair.
And her name is Blake.
Yeah, she gives a speech thanking everyone for their help setting up for the very first ever Loch Ness Games. And then a man chimes in who's like, maybe now the Blake clan will be known for something other than getting into trouble. Because being danger prone is a Blake family trait that goes back to ye olden days.
I'm glad
Yeah.
that Daphne is upholding family traditions.
Mm-hmm. Although not really. Not in this movie.
No, that's true.
Shannon calls this dude out. This is Angus. He is one of the two brothers Frankie mentioned. And Shannon tells him that he better watch out because he could be an embarrassment in the games. And then his brother Colin pipes up and they begin the competition early by saying who can make the biggest splash into the loch. Which Shannon is pissed off about. Like, she tells them they're idiots and to just get back in the boat, but then they make fun of her because she kind of believes in Nessie. But Nessie is real because she appears out of nowhere, and we see her red eyes glowing under the water as she torpedoes herself into the boat. Shannon proceeds to attempt to get the boat safely to shore, but she forgets to raise both anchors, so she really just fucks up her boat. Nessie
Why
helps.
did every boat in this movie have 2 anchors?
Only the big yacht needed 2 anchors.
Yeah, because it's huge.
Yeah, everything
This
else was
boat
like,
didn't.
yeah, normal boat size. Only would have needed 1, but it's double anchored. But Nessie helps by running the boat aground. And they showed this shot of the boat like crashing into the shoreline and then the fiddle being like washed ashore. And it kind of makes you believe everyone's dead for a second, and then you see
I did
literally
think
everyone
people were dead.
survive.
I was like, oh, okay, so we're just gonna start this with murder.
Mass murder, yeah.
Bolt
But
opening.
no, everyone is alive. Everyone has survived. Then we meet.
Oh.
Then we meet the fucking crypt keeper. We just see this weird old creepy dude who warns everyone of impending doom. Shannon has disturbed the spirit of the Loch Ness monster by hosting Highland Games at Blake Castle.
I
So
think that's
Nessie,
unlikely. I
yeah,
think that's
Yeah.
Nessie's just
unlikely.
really, really angry now because of Shannon.
Nessie is, we all know, full of Scottish pride. Would love the Highland Games.
Yeah, kind
She
creature.
she is a kind, docile creature. Yes,
Will not
we
take this fucker besmirching her name.
we cut to the next day. We see the Scottish countryside in all its animated glory. We get to see a Highland cow, and then in
Little
the
cutie
distance,
patootie.
he was a really cute cow. And in the distance, we finally see the mystery machine. Daphne is pumped to be visiting her family, being able to visit her ancestral homeland. And Shaggy and Scooby are scared about being at Loch Ness because of Nessie.
Of course.
They don't want to go where there's already a known monster. We then learn something extremely, extremely important. Velma believes in cryptids.
Of course she does.
Well,
We
she at
already
least
knew this.
believes in Nessie.
That's true, because she doesn't know what the chupacabra actually is. So
Yeah, Mexican Bigfoot? No. I do want to once again propose the following film Scooby-Doo meets Mothman. We've
Mhm.
established Velma believes in cryptids. Let's take her on a vacation to Point Pleasant to find Mothman. At this
I don't
point,
know if they're gonna listen to you, Hannah. I'll just be honest.
why would they not listen to me? I'm giving them this free idea. I've given them many free ideas over the course of our Scooby-Doo series.
Me and
They're just
Frankie are
cowards.
both aware.
They're just
Bring
cowards.
bring back Red Herring. Make him call Fred for help and make them a little gay.
Just a little.
That would be a good movie.
Just a
To
little
be
gay,
fair.
yeah. At this point, the gang has made their way to Loch Ness and Blake Castle. But because we're right next to the loch, a metric ton of fog rolls in. Fred quips that the fog is like pea soup, which causes Scooby to jump out of the van and have a picnic right next to the shore.
I love split pea soup as much as the next person. I'm not stupid enough to think it's gonna be outside.
Well, Scooby is a dog.
Yeah, but I thought he was smarter than that.
Not when it comes to food.
We then see a disturbance out on the water. Something huge is swimming by, and Scooby is scared. He jumps right back into the van, stating he's seen a monster, and Fred drives away. Scooby is adamant that he has just seen the Loch Ness monster. And then the rest of the gang notice the same thing Scooby did. They see something huge swimming in the water right beside them. Velma is me. I am Velma. She says, "Stop the car. Let's get out and look at it." But Fred just drives off the road into the loch.
Confirmation that once again we all know Fred Jones, terrible driver.
He should not
Mhm.
have a driver's license. Honestly, this movie is filled with them being bad drivers.
Yeah.
The best driver in this movie is Scooby.
Yeah. And that's saying something.
He's a
given
dog.
what he does.
No
Whatever they see in the loch, it's gone by the time the mystery machine ends up in the water. And the gang has to push the van out of the water and up to the Highland Games field, where we get an explanation as to what happens at the Highland Games. Daphne notes that the tent colors look really great, but crash boat in the distance really lowers the quality of the games. Velma suggests going to the boat to see what happened. So the gang drives over because, driving off a rocky hill and into a lake hasn't destroyed the mystery machine, surprisingly.
This thing, it takes a minute for it to get destroyed. It
I mean,
happens.
it's fully totaled at the end. But at the boat, we see two men repairing the hull, and Shannon is there too. She and Daphne have a wonderful reunion, and Fred asks what happened to the boat, which Shannon is pretty hesitant to tell them about. And thankfully, she doesn't have to right away, because in this moment, another van pulls up. This van is painted blue, and it has seaweed painted onto it. On the side, it reads, "The Loch Ness Monster Machine," and there's a Nessie statue attached to the roof and the grill. This man's name is Dale, and he rushes over saying the area needs to be roped off like it's a crime scene. He begins taking pictures of the boat's damage, and he's like, we gotta close the site down. We gotta get all the evidence that Nessie was here." He then reiterates that the games have angered Nessie, and he wants Shannon to cancel the games. But from a distance, this gruff voice begins making fun of Dale. We see this man. We don't know his name yet. I don't think I wrote his name down at this point in my notes. But he's dressed like a coach, and coach, I say in air quotes because he's the father of Angus and Colin, the two dudes who jumped into the loch at the start of the film. He's coaching them for the games, and by coaching I mean yelling at them. He's very much giving I could have went pro if it had not been for my injury.
I think it's I could have gone pro if it wasn't for these fucking kids of mine.
You think it's the
Maybe it,
kids?
maybe I should have wrapped it.
Dale is not happy that everyone around him is ignoring his warnings. he once again tells Shannon that the games are a bad idea before he drives away. He does invite everyone to a party, which is kind of nice, but still, games are a bad idea, man. We then go inside Blake Castle. Shannon is showing the gang around. She's telling them about the rich history of the Blake clan, specifically how danger prone they are and how they fall into elaborate booby traps of their own creation.
It seems like, first of all, I like that's the Daphne's family history, and they all stare at Daphne, and she's like, "What are you doing?
Yeah, we get a
That
Why are you
gag
was
of
looking
the
at me?"
gang
that was
pretending
funny.
they don't know that. Like, oh, we've never noticed that before. Daphne's not
Um,
danger prone.
but
You don't call her danger prone Daphne behind her back.
Yeah.
also, it seems like Shannon is the only Blake living in this castle in Scotland. This castle is huge. It's gotta be so lonely. I would not live there alone either. I'd be terrified.
I would live in this castle alone. Are you fucking kidding me? It's a castle.
That doesn't mean anything.
Anna, back me up here.
I don't know. We see part of it later and like half of it's destroyed.
Well, that's because Sir Ian's around.
We'll get to Sir Ian.
Yeah, just property damage out the fucking wazoo.
Shannon tells the gang that she's hosting these games because she wants the Blake's family reputation to change. And she does also note that the Blakes have never had any issue with the Loch Ness monster before now. She begins to tell the gang that a few nights ago she herself had a run in with Nessie. She was on the boat when she saw something big swim under it before it disappeared. And then later that same night, she was woken up by a noise she never heard before. Honestly, kind of sounded like whale sounds. And when Shannon looked outside, we see Nessie in all her 2003 CGI glory.
Honestly, not bad.
It didn't look terrible. It could have looked a lot worse.
I feel
Yeah.
like I remember it looking worse.
And I'm gonna be honest, I think maybe because we've been watching these back to back essentially,
The animation quality has gone up.
it's gone up, and Nessie just looks so much cooler than the fucking like. Okay, they got the chupacabra wrong, but they tried to make him a Bigfoot. He didn't even look like a Bigfoot. It was like just a really weird looking creature.
He kind of looked like
This-
an ape.
Yeah, this one looks real. Like Nessie looks super cool.
Mhm.
Every time.
They just kind of did whatever with her as long as she was a water creature. So, back to our film.
Right.
Shaggy and Scooby are petrified by the story Shannon tells, and they've managed to hide themselves in a suit of armor. Shannon, she really wants to write this experience off as like a dream or a trick of the eye, but she can't. Then a voice from above tells Shannon and the gang that what Shannon experienced was 100% real. This is Professor Fiona Pembroke. She wrote a book about the Loch Ness monster that Velma has been toting around this entire time. I kind of want to be Professor Pembroke in this moment because, like, she's just hanging out in this castle's library researching Nessie. She knows where all the secret passages are because she pulls a book on a bookshelf and the whole wall spins around and she disappears into it. When she reappears, she's in front of the gang on what's basically like a throne and she's just drinking a cup of tea. Like, that's the dream right there. Velma begins fangirling over her, and we learn that Professor Pembroke has been trying to prove the existence of the Loch Ness monster for many years at this point.
I hope, by the way, I hope no one minds that I'm about to spoil this movie.
No.
Uh-oh.
But we all should have known
I immediately knew.
that she was the villain because Velma was fangirling over her. and anyone Velma fangirls about is the villain.
Yeah, so
Velma,
spoilers for this movie that's 20 years old.
yeah,
That we were gonna
Velma,
spoil anyway later on.
yeah. If Velma's a fan of somebody, so far we're 2 for 2 on it, right? Like Ben, Ravencroft,
Yes, I was wondering what other film you were talking about. I couldn't think.
and now this professor, both the villain of the movie. Obviously, Ben Ravencroft, a much worse villain, but a
Yeah,
much eviler villain, I should say.
This
But
one confuses me because there's so much property damage and yet nothing has happened to this woman.
listen, Amanda, when we get to that, I'm gonna lose my mind.
So, as I said, Professor Pembroke, she's trying to prove Nessie is real, but this cryptid hunt has ruined her professional, respectable standing in academia, and she's also gone broke because of it. That night at dinner, Velma, she's still fangirling over Professor Pembroke. Professor Pembroke is showing her photos of Nessie that she took last week or something. And honestly, these pictures would kind of 100% prove that Nessie exists. So dinner served. Shannon has prepared a traditional Scottish dish of haggis. It's boiled sheep stomach filled with liver and kidneys. Yeah, no one wants to eat it.
What are you talking about? It's delicious. Haggis is actually really good.
No, thank you. I'm with Shaggy and Scooby, who are pushing it away.
Yeah, I'll trust you on that, Amanda, but I'm good.
So Scooby sends the haggis flying off the table. And then at that moment, a giant log comes flying in through the window. The man who threw this doesn't look like he should have been able to lift this caber. It's called a caber because it's part of the Highland Games. It's where they toss the log. This man is Sir Ian. He's the head judge for the games. And yeah, he couldn't resist doing some property damage.
This fucking drives me mad throughout the film. The amount of property damage that is happening.
Because I don't think Shannon can afford to fix it all.
No!
This guy's a knight, by the way. Isn't he Sir Ian?
Yeah, he's Sir Ian. He's knighted. The Queen of England knighted him. Did he break her windows as well?
Yeah, she was
That's
just like,
now.
I'll make you a knight. Just get the fuck out of my place.
You have to stay away from any piece of property that I own.
Velma is fangirling once again, this time over Sir Ian, because he wrote a book that states Nessie is fake news, and he's also the director of Scotland's Natural History Museum. He came to Loch Ness to judge the Highland Games, and he's super excited to not hear about Nessie all weekend, even though he's right at Loch Ness. Like, you're gonna hear about Nessie at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Makes no sense.
Yeah, the man's stupid.
And he spots Fiona, and these two have beef.
Yeah, they definitely fucked too.
Okay, I'm glad you said that because that's what I was picking up on.
That's
Yeah.
that's the energy they are giving off at the beginning of this movie and then at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
1000%.
Yeah. She was his research assistant back in the day. And as they have opposing views on Nessie, they didn't get along.
But they got a lot of research done.
No.
Yeah, they got so much research done.
Yeah,
they were researching all night.
They proceed to begin arguing, and the scene ends. Later that night, everyone has gone to bed, save for Shag and Scoob, who are starving, so they go to raid the kitchen. But they can't find it. They're just wandering around the castle ruins.
They should have just ate the goddamn haggis. They wouldn't be so hungry.
I think they threw the haggis on the floor. I don't think it exists anymore. But as this is just Shaggy and Scooby wandering castle ruins, they have to run into everything scary, like bats and Nessie. We get our first chase scene of the evening.
Did anybody else think this song was like a bop?
Every song that played for the chases in this movie were fucking slapping.
Yeah, bangers, all of them.
I will say, even with the other two, I will say, I'll reveal my thoughts early. I think this is better than the other two we've watched from this era.
For sure.
But even those other two, the chase scenes and the songs for the chase scenes slap. They've really found their sweet spot.
They knew people just wanted the chase scenes. And during this chase scene, Shag and Scooby, they destroy part of the castle even more. Like, they take out a whole tower. And that tower takes out the sports field.
How
And all
is
the
nobody
tents.
waking up faster?
I don't know. But Shaggy and Scooby end up taking out all the tents. At one point, there's a tent on Nessie, and she kind of looks cute. She looks like my dogs when I put the blankets over them and they wander around blind. Finally, the rest of the gang, plus Shannon and Professor Pembroke, get down to the sports field, and they find Shaggy and Scooby hiding in the last surviving tent. Shannon is not as upset as I would be.
I'd be livid.
Sir Ian hikes down, and he bitches about the noise. Professor Fiona Pembroke, she's just kind of excited about the large footprints that Nessie left behind. And that's when Sir Ian realizes that everything set up for the games has been destroyed. So he leaves to go to the hotel in town. Which, good luck getting a hotel room, dude.
He's a knight.
Yeah, but
He'll
I'm
be fine.
assuming all the hotel rooms have been booked in advance.
Mm-hmm. Maybe he booked one just in case.
He's always got
Shag-
one ready.
Mm-hmm.
I will say about this chase scene. This chase scene is one of the things that I really love about the movie. They make Nessie feel so big, which she should be.
Mm-hmm.
She feels like Godzilla in some of the moments in this chase.
That is a fair comparison. The scene ends with Velma realizing something. The footprints that Nessie left, they lead towards town, not the loch. So the next morning, everyone packs into the mystery machine to head into town. Shannon is going to find help in restoring the field. Velma is going to investigate the footprints. As they're driving in, Shaggy and Scooby freak out because they see a giant parade balloon that's in the shape of Nessie. And this balloon is advertising the Loch Ness Inn. And who runs the inn? Why, it's none other than the grouchy coachman from before. I still didn't write his name down, I've realized.
Coach man works just fine.
He's not important to this story, so.
I think isn't it? No, Dell is the weird dude.
Listen, this man's not important to the story. We're never going to see him again, past this point. He says he does not believe in the monster, but he loves people that do because they bring in good business. Hence why he's got a massive Nessie balloon advertising the inn.
Yeah, and why he named his inn Loch Ness Inn.
Yeah.
Well, Loch Ness is the name of the loch.
Nah, you could have named it the village that you are in. Because the village is not called Loch Ness Village, it's some D word.
Listen, this man's just a red herring. The film wants you to think that maybe he's behind the Nessie sightings to drum up business. But no. Shannon then shows him pictures of the sports field all destroyed, and he's very upset by this. So he sends his two idiot sons to round up help and fix the entire field by themselves in one day.
And boy, are they idiots. I dated a guy this stupid once, and he thought the watch children sign was a warning to pedophiles, or a sign for pedophiles that this was where children were.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I broke up with
I'm
him
so
after
sorry.
that. Thank you.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
They had not, matured past 16. Angus and Colin. They're just playing pranks on each other mostly. Number one Nessie fan Dale also sees the pictures that Shannon shows around town, and he freaks out because Nessie wants to tell him something. So he rushes off to Castle Blake.
He doesn't want to tell you shit, my guy.
Enter Duncan McGovern, the weird, creepy old man from the beginning. He's a world record holder, having spotted the Loch Ness Monster 41 times. He is also the dock master, so Velma asks him to point out Professor Pembroke's boat, because she gave the gang permission to use the boat for their investigation. Bad news, though. There's not enough life vests on the boat. They can only find 4. That's only enough for Fred, Daphne, Velma, and Shannon. Fred tries to look under a trapdoor for some more, but the trapdoor is locked from the inside. It's okay, though, because Shaggy and Scooby offer to stay on land to search for Nessie there. They take the mystery machine, and Shaggy shouldn't have a license either, because right away he crashes into something, scratching the mystery machine.
He
And
just
then-
backs up into something. It's fine.
Yeah, he rear ends something. And then later, this man is driving with his feet while he's eating a gallon of ice cream. Shaggy's like, we're just gonna follow the main road sign, Scoob. We're not gonna actually look for the monster. But out of nowhere, some mysterious figure changes the road signs that the two have been following, and the road ends up leading them into a creepy forest that ends up leading to a peat bog. We'll check back in with Shaggy and Scooby in a little bit, because we cut back to the rest of the gang. Out on the water, the boat's sonar picks up something large. Fred has a really bad plan, which is to catch Nessie in a net. Because obviously the only thing this sonar could possibly pick up is Nessie. But the net and buoys are not big enough to capture the Loch Ness Monster. And she takes the boat and the gang on an unwanted joyride. They try to reverse course, but they just blow up the engine. The monster manages to break free from the net, and it appears she's going to ram this old fishing boat that they're on, but instead she just disappears directly under it. Back with Shaggy and Scooby, they're still driving through the creepy forest. We see Nessie footprints, and they're just basically giant potholes, because the mystery machine ends up getting stuck in one. The two get out of the mystery machine to, see what's going on and investigate. I'm proud of them for that. And during this time, Scooby starts beefing with a salamander, and he begins chasing a little guy.
Little
The
rude.
Little rude. What did the salamander do? Cast a shadow?
He didn't mean to.
That's just natural.
He's just a little guy.
Well, this little guy leads Shaggy and Scooby to Nessie. He goes to Nessie for help.
Yeah,
And
they're lizards. Lizards stick up for other lizards.
This is where we get chase sequence 2. And in this chase sequence, Scooby ends up in the driver's seat of the mystery machine, and the dog is the best driver in the film.
Yeah, he does a great job.
Which, that's not really saying that much, though, because Scooby does drive off up a tree, and he rockets off of it into the sky and out over the loch, and he crashes onto the boat the rest of the gang is on. Thank God this is a cartoon with cartoon logic, and everyone's safe and fine.
Yeah, crazy how that car did not go through that boat.
Back on land, in a mystery machine that still somehow drives. Shaggy and Scooby take the rest of the gang to where they saw Nessie, which everyone sees the massive footprints. But more importantly, they see the footprints turn into tire tracks.
So
We go back
obviously we're dealing with Nessie is a transformer. So
a
Hey,
Wonder
some of the
Woman.
Transformers can turn into animals.
yeah. Autobots roll out. That's what they say, right?
Yeah, you got it.
yeah.
Yeah, nice job.
Back at the castle, Professor Pembroke isn't upset in the slightest that her boat has been destroyed.
You should be. Hint number 2.
I
You should
think
be
as a kid,
livid.
this is yeah. I think when I was a kid watching this, I think this is the point where I clocked her.
You should be so upset.
hmm She's like, "Oh yeah, I lost the boat engine in the name of research."
Yeah, no big deal. No, big deal.
Yeah,
Big.
yeah.
Big deal.
Because earlier I failed to mention this, but when the gang was using her equipment, they're like, "It's so old," and Shannon's like, "I know she gets some money, some research money, but where is she putting it? Because it's clearly not into her equipment, which you would think would be what she would put her money into."
I mean, she did put it into equipment.
We learn that the sports field has been fixed up as well, and then Sir Ian pulls up in a giant ass yacht, and he takes out half of the dock. He has returned to patrol the waters of Loch Ness to protect the games.
Please just leave, sir. Nobody's asked for you to be here.
He also forbids anyone else from being docked or like in the water in the area.
Also, he doesn't have that type of power.
No, being a knight is only honorary at this point.
He doesn't know that. He thinks he's a real knight.
Real knights didn't even have that power.
Yeah, but
I
you
think
listen to them.
he's
No,
going
I
old
don't
and
think I would.
senile, I think. The gang invites themselves to patrol the loch with Sir Ian. And on board, this man has Bond villain money, apparently. Because he has this, like, virtual reality sonar map that just pops up out of the floor.
Yeah, this fucking Batman motherfucker.
On said map, we see a little Nessie on the sonar before it mysteriously disappears. And Velma theorizes that it must have gone into an underwater cave. So it's time to dive into Loch Ness. Shaggy and Scooby, they want nothing to do with it. So before they even make the suggestion of diving into the loch, they go to hide. But they hide in a mini submarine. And like
Dumbasses.
that's what's going to be used to explore underwater. So I don't know what their thought process is.
Dumbasses.
In the submarine, Fred says that all the sub needs is a cool paint job, and then it will be the bomb diggity.
I hate this man.
There, I will say there was a review. I didn't take it all because it was a really long one. But they did start out the review by saying they took a whole point off of their score because of Fred saying "bomb diggity."
Very fair. Very fair. So we're underwater. We have found some underwater cave system. And we've managed not to crash, even though Scooby Doo is blinding Fred. He's literally sitting on top of Fred's head because he saw some eels outside the sub. Well, we don't crash.
Eels are freaky. Eels are freaky.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
it
give it
was
to
a
him.
freaky eel. It was not
Those
a
eels,
pretty eel.
those eels might try to sell his soul to a sea witch, you know, or help a sea witch out. You never
Frankie,
know what an eel's up to.
we haven't gotten there yet.
Oh, I know. I'm a future seer.
What are the lottery numbers, Frankie?
I only see futures of eels.
Animated Disney horror movies.
Horror movies.
I don't know. Little Mermaid scares the fuck out of me. I was terrified of Ursula as a kid. Her
Is it
eels look
because she
mean.
could? Were you afraid of her because she could win the legal battle?
No, I
She
was
could tie
afraid
you
of-
up in bureaucracy and red tape.
No, I was afraid of her because she made good points. She had some good points.
We'll talk about Ursula in like 20 years. Back to Scooby-Doo. The underwater cave has land. So the gang is able to surface and explore the little cave area, which turns out to be an ancient burial ground because Scooby-Doo finds human remains that he was going to eat. He saw
Yeah,
bones, he was going to chomp down on that leg bone.
he's a dog. He's a dog. He didn't
He
do
is a
it.
dog. He's allowed.
He didn't do it. But him and Shaggy do put on dead people clothes. A little disrespectful.
They proceed to dress up in the ancient armor that like should be in a museum, should be preserved. And they proceed to pick up two swords and fight with them. Have a little play fight.
All right, that is something I would do. I'm just being honest. I would do it, Frankie, and you know I would too.
You would pick up the sword.
Oh yeah, I
would,
do know you would.
I would pick up the sword, and I would definitely hit one of you with it.
Great, you've
Wouldn't
given us
stab-
tetanus.
Yeah, I wouldn't stab you or anything, but I'd definitely maybe like a light.
You definitely
jab.
give us an infection.
Yeah. You're paying my medical bills, just so you know. While Shaggy and Scooby are doing that, Velma is exploring and she finds a modern day screwdriver. Then Nessie makes an appearance. We're all running back to the submarine, and Shaggy and Scooby threaten Nessie with the swords. Nessie eats the swords.
Clever girl.
But everyone makes it back into the sub, and they are, I don't know, flooring it. What is the equivalent of flooring it in a submarine?
I don't know what you use in a submarine to go forward and faster.
Yeah.
So
Don't
Propel?
know either. So we're gonna say
Propelling
they're
it?
flooring it.
They're propelling it.
They are going as fast as possible, and Nessie is hot on their tail. Velma is like, we need to turn this sub around and take a picture.
No, Velma.
She's like, we are gonna get this picture of Nessie. And Fred agrees and turns the sub around, but in doing so, it ends up breaking off a bunch of things, like the lights and the camera, and they end up almost dying. But this is
why
the
is Fred driving? He can't even drive the mystery machine. He's driving a submarine.
he should not have a license.
Who gave him this power? It's the knight. Take his knight away from him.
At this point in the film, we do see that Nessie is a kind and helpful creature, and she pushes them out of the water by ramming into the sub. Because she's a kind,
Hannah.
helpful creature, and she's lovely. The big ass yacht has a magnetic handle hook that holds the submarine. So the men on the yacht are able to catch the Scooby Gang. And sadly, no pictures of Nessie were taken in this chase. Back on land, the gang is walking over to the mystery machine and they hear a noise. It's snoring. And they discover Dale sleeping in the mystery machine. And when they wake him up, Dale's like, someone stole my van, man. He's also been sleeping and drooling on Velma's poncho, which she tells him he can keep. Velma also seemingly has formed a plan at this point in time. But first, they need to get Professor Pembroke. So everyone piles into the van, and we get chase sequence. This is the third one with music, chase sequence 3, as Nessie appears on land and begins chasing the mystery machine. Fred really, really wants to swear during this car chase. And also, the gang picks up a Shoop. A Shoop ends up in the mystery machine and joins the gang.
You did it, Frankie.
We did it?
She found a way to incorporate Shoop into another episode. Are you not upset about
That's
this?
true. I'm not upset. I'm fine with you.
There was one Shoop. I could say it properly. The chase scene ends at the edge of a peat bog. And at this point, the mystery machine has like driven through like 5 different buildings, and it's just totaled. And Nessie follows out of the woods, out of the trees. But something is funny about it. Yeah, Nessie's made of canvas. And under the canvas is Dale's van. But there's no driver. Whoever was driving has escaped. The gang realized that the tire tread on Dale's van perfectly matches the tire tracks they had found earlier. But this still doesn't explain the Nessie that they just saw underwater. Velma announces that she has a plan, and at this point she's definitely figured out at least part of this monster mystery. We return once again to Castle Blake. Shaggy and Scooby are sent out on the Loch in a little rowboat. Velma is keeping watch from the castle. Daphne and Shannon are with Sir Ian out on the big yacht. And Fred and Dale are setting up the trap. Alas, at this point, fog rolls in once again, and this fog is thick. On the yacht, the sonar begins showing a tiny Nessie. Sir Ian is shocked by the Nessie on the sonar, and as Daphne goes to call Velma on the radio, Sir Ian's crew stops her. There's a mutiny. The second mate, or at least I assume this man's the second mate, he's leading this mutiny, and the crew's plan is to capture Nessie with a harpoon, so, kill her, and then sell her to the highest bidder. I don't remember this part of the movie.
I don't either.
I didn't either, and it was kind of unnecessary.
We cut
Nothing
back.
happens to them either. Now that I think about it.
No, everyone gets off scot-free at the end of this film. We cut back to Shaggy and Scooby in their little rowboat, and we get a call back to Scooby-Doo, where are you? The fog is so thick that you could cut it with a knife, so Scooby cuts a circle out of the fog with his claw like in the original series. Then the shot changes to one underwater, and something is approaching their little rowboat. It's just Nessie, being little silly goofy. She's wearing the rowboat as a hat. And Shaggy and Scooby, they do not notice. Velma sees this through the fog. So she sends Fred out in a motorboat. What he and Dale have been doing was getting like those weighted net fences that are used to section off like diving areas and pools. Fred is just like dragging a fence around Nessie.
Yes,
he's trapping her.
That's gonna keep a monster? It didn't keep a boat. Why would it keep a monster?
Maybe because the parts sticking out of the water, like the buoy parts, are Nessie heads. So maybe she'd be like, what are all these little versions of me?
My babies.
Confusion.
Yeah, the point is to be like, wait, am I a mother now? This plan is never verbally explained, also. So I do hope I have explained it well enough.
You did the best that you could, Hannah.
Thank you. Velma radios Shaggy and Scooby next, and she tells them that they're on top of Nessie. Like, literally. For a while, they don't listen to her, and they're like, yeah, all's clear out here. No eyes on Nessie. And Scooby wants to talk to Velma, which is kind of cute. But then Scooby is the one to realize they're literally on top of Nessie's head. So they freak out. They use her like a water slide. Their boat
they
breaks.
yabba dabba do.
Yeah.
They Fred
Yeah.
Flintstone down her.
Yeah, they do. The rowboat breaks. They're running on water on top of their oars like they're Jesus.
I don't think Jesus used oars, but okay.
Doing my best here, okay?
No judgments, but just letting you know, I don't think Jesus had oars. To walk on water. He definitely had oars whenever he was on the boat thing. There was a boat thing, I think. There was a point when he was in a boat. What I'm getting at.
Cool. So Fred has the net fully set up. He's celebrating. And then the giant yacht breaks the net. So the assholes on the yacht fire the harpoon, but they are thwarted at the last second by Shannon and Daphne escaping the villain's grasp. And Daphne manages to have the harpoon, the thing that shoots the harpoon is pushed in the opposite direction by Daphne and Shannon. And so instead of the harpoon going to hit Nessie, Velma nearly gets headshotted.
Yeah, she does.
I don't remember this. I remember a lot about this movie. I remember the idiot brothers. I remembered the villain reveal. I remember CGI Nessie. I do not remember Velma nearly dying. So the giant yacht crashes ashore. People go flying everywhere. Sir Ian is drowning in the loch because he can't swim. And I also forgot to mention, but Dale's van has been pulled by the giant yacht into the water. So he and Fred are on the top of the van, and they send the Nessie statue from the top of the Loch Ness monster machine into the water over to Sir Ian to use as a flotation device. This is the point where Sir Ian finally sees Nessie, and his flabbers are gasted as Nessie goes in to eat him. But Daphne manages to save the day once again. This time she uses the magnetic arm that the mini sub docks to hit Nessie. Turns out that this Nessie is magnetic. That's suspicious. That's weird. What's even weirder is that on land, Shaggy and Scooby are being chased by Nessie. That's right. There are two Nessies. But this Nessie, this land Nessie, is quickly thwarted by falling into a pit trap that the gang managed to dig in 5 minutes, I guess. As it turns out, Land Nessie is just a giant puppet controlled by Angus and Colin. 'Cause it's just a prank, bro. Water Nessie, however, is actually a homemade submarine that's currently being piloted by Professor Fiona Pembroke. She wanted Sir Ian to see Nessie and begin believing in the monster's existence. She wanted his good name and money to fund her research and ultimately find the real Nessie. As for Angus and Colin, she just hired them to operate the puppet to scare people, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, yeah, we'll do it for for the views.
For the
Good
prank,
for some
bro.
pranks. Yeah, just a prank, bro. We don't even get the iconic line of "I wouldn't have gotten away with it too if it weren't for those meddling kids."
We do.
We
But-
do. Not
Yeah,
really, because nothing happens to her. She's not arrested or anything,
Yeah, but she does say it.
but it
And
doesn't
she
hit the
says,
right way.
you're right, it doesn't, but it still happens. We do get a meddling kid, so you can't say it didn't happen. It just wasn't as satisfying. There's a difference.
Fine, I guess you're right. Yeah, no one's arrested.
Which is the craziest part to me.
Yeah,
I mean, Sir
this
Ian should kind of be arrested.
this is nuts that this lady has caused all this damage and nothing happens to her.
Yeah, she should be arrested. Ian should be arrested. I guess Angus and Colin should be arrested.
So many arrests. The guys for creating a mutiny and kind of kidnapping.
That was
Those guys
they definitely
especially.
kidnapped Daphne and the cousin Shannon. Yeah,
Shannon.
thank you.
Yeah, everyone should be arrested, but nothing happens. We just go to the next day to see the Highland Games commence. And I guess Fiona and Ian are like kind
They're
of back
fucking again.
together. Yeah,
Yeah, they are fucking again.
especially when Sir Ian calls everyone to his big ass yacht. Because the underwater camera that broke off sent back some pictures. And they show what could really possibly be a true live Nessie. So Ian invites Professor Pembroke and Dale to help him find Nessie. So, you know, him and Fiona are definitely fucked at this
Mhm.
point.
Yeah, and Dale's their third.
Dale's the third wheel. He's
Mhm.
not their third.
No, he's their third. He just
He-
sits and
yeah, he's the
watches.
cock.
Oh, he's in
The
the
cuck
cuck
chair.
chair.
Yeah, he's the freak.
That's when our film ends. The gang is leaving Scotland. Velma ends the film with maybe some mysteries are better left unsolved. Right as Scooby catches sight of Nessie swimming past the mystery machine.
Nessie's real.
Scooby Dooby Doo. Nessie is real. Nessie is real.
Well, how are we feeling about the ranking of this movie?
What are our rankings?
I liked it better than Legend of the Vampire and Monster of Mexico.
I agree with that.
I also
Okay.
agree.
Then the question is it better than Ghoul School?
Oh,
I'm gonna say yes because this had one singular storyline. Whereas Ghoul School was kind of like 3 episodes.
I don't know if I can say yes to that
I can
one.
say yes
I know
to
it's
it.
not just my choice, but I know Frankie
Also-
can.
I also like Nessie.
So then it becomes, is it better than Alien Invaders?
No. We didn't have a Shaggy love story. Absolutely not.
I want to say yes because Alien Invaders is one of my least favorite Scooby films.
And I'm gonna
but
Frankie.
I don't know if
agree with Amanda.
I don't know if I
Frankie.
can say it's Loch Ness Monster is better or Loch Ness. Yeah, I don't know if I can say Loch Ness Monster is actually better than Alien
It's not.
Invaders though.
I'll ease the burden for
It's
you,
not.
Hannah. It's not. It's 2-1.
Okay,
It's
cool.
absolutely
So
not.
it will fall
Okay,
at number
I'm fine with
6
that.
then.
I'm fine with that. That's a good solid placement for the time being.
Next month, we're gonna go back in time and review Scooby-Doo 2: Monsters Unleashed.
Is Frankie fucked
'Cause
up?
I fucked up. But next week, Hannah, you're in charge again.
I am.
What are you torturing us
And-
with?
It's not going to be torture. We're
Please.
going to stay here in Scotland at Loch Ness. Because I'm going to give you the history of
Oh,
Ness.
we're gonna learn about the actual Loch Ness monster.
Yes, we're going to do a little double feature.
Wow.
I've been waiting for this. I've been saving this episode of Cryptid Corner for when we got to Scooby-Doo and the Loch Ness Monster.
I can't wait till we get to Scooby-Doo and the Samurai Sword, and then the next episode is Hannah giving us an in-depth history of the samurai.
Mhm.
I don't think I can do that. No.
No, we should talk about that samurai who was kind of a
And then
dick.
we ding her for all of the stuff she got wrong about Japanese culture and make fun of her.
Yeah.
All right. So
Okay.
next week we'll learn about
Sure.
the real Nessie.
Yes.
I hope you all enjoyed Scooby-Doo and the Loch Ness Monster. Let's wrap this up. Take care of some business. As of recording, we're on YouTube and Spotify. If you're listening to us on YouTube, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications so you know when each episode is uploaded. If you are listening to us on Spotify, remember to leave a rating and a review. And follow the show. No matter where you're listening to us, remember to share this show with anyone who you think might enjoy what we are doing over here. If you would like to send us an email where you can ask us some questions, give us ideas for some episodes, just give us any general comments, send us some voice acting reels.
Yeah, I really as a lover of Peter Pan, I'm psyched about it.
You can send us an email over to
Nothing to see here podcast at gmail.com. As always, here. Spelled H-E-A-R.
if you
I'm afraid that sounded disingenuous. I
we
really
do mean
Please
it.
send
Please
it.
send
I'm
it.
curious.
If you would like to see some great artwork done by Amanda, funny memes made by Hannah, images of the things that we discussed during the episodes, you can find all of that and more over on our Instagram page, which is
Nothing to see here pod.
that's all the business taken care of. So join us next week. Join us next week as we learn about the real Loch Ness monster that inspired this incredible Scooby-Doo movie. And yeah, join us next week for that. Saying goodbye and good night. It's Frankie.
It's Hannah.
I'm what am I gonna do? I don't know. I don't
You're gonna go to
know.
sleep.
You're
Well,
gonna
I'm
go to
gonna
sleep.
take a shower real fast and then yeah.
Yeah, soak your feet. I'm gonna go soak my feet, even though I showered. I'm gonna go actually soak them though.
I hate that we've come full
We have
circle.
to. It's our second
Full
anniversary.
circle.
Thanks for sticking with us for 2 years, everybody.
Yay!
Yay!
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.